Uh,
Okay.
oh, wow.
I should have put lipstick on or something.
I mean, it is what it is. I didn't put any lipstick on, so you should be fine. Um,
This
Okay.
is
it's
this
it's
is
all
real life. This is
it's
real
all
life.
It's
it's all
real life.
natural. We work from home. We get to do what
John's in the
we do.
house. Oh,
That's
that's
why,
why.
for
Yeah.
several months I didn't even shave because I was like, hey, I want these people to know I work from home for real. This
For
is
real.
real.
Only
What
said
you
that because
see
I
is what
shaved
you
today.
get. Yeah.
You're looking good, John, all shaved up.
My
John,
wife,
you look
my
smooth.
my wife has my kids so like fearful when I get just a little pokely, and they won't even kiss me. So I'm like, I have to shave.
Well, my wife is like that. If I get a little pokely, she won't kiss me either. Um, so I,
It's a
I,
tough situation.
I
You look
know.
different, John, but it does look nice. You look as soft as a baby's behind.
I do, don't I? You do too.
She must have shaved today too.
Oh yeah, I try to every day.
All right, all right. So we are live, and I'm going to go ahead and share the screen real quick and show the page that we're on and get that out of the way. And at least show everybody, why we're here, what we're doing, and what we hope to accomplish out of this craziness that we got going on. So here's the page that you could, would, should be on. Somebody could have sent you here. Who knows? I got a pretty late message out that I'd actually be going live today. So who knows if anybody sent any messages out or not? I did. My
I
message.
launched it.
Okay, cool. My message said, don't have much to talk about, so stop on by and we'll talk. And hey, that's what we're going to talk about. So we do have a chat down here. If you want to chat, you can chime in here and ask your questions, and we will get answers for you. Any questions, it doesn't matter. Business related is good. Mindset's good. Relationship advice. I know,
Relationship. Okay. Oh, now we're
I
talking.
mean, I've been in a relationship for forever, I'm pretty sure. Um, I can't remember anything before my relationship, so it must be forever, right? Um,
When
and
it,
Programming.
when you say it stood this test of time, then you know.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And then down here, there's a bunch of our replays from before. Kristi's been doing a little SEO on them, so they're starting to look a little more attractive down here. And then I do delete them as they get a little longer. I usually take some of this stuff off, but Kristi's in the hospital, so I've been a little not too mindful of what's going on. Down here at the bottom, this is what's important. Put in your code. I'm going to put in Gail's name because I don't think Gail's been here uh,
Yeah,
since
not in
we've
a
really
while.
done
Yeah.
this. And so when you put in your affiliate token from your HBA back office, your Sam Cart, this will replicate this page, meaning that it will make these buttons here, these important buttons of how to get started into working buttons for you. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if you look down at the bottom left down here, you'll see it pops up and it says Gail Kindig down there, right?
That's great. I
That's
like that.
that's what happens is this code goes into that button. Whatever is in this box down here goes into that button. And so
Love it.
that code will give you credit. And that is how you get credit and how we can help you to make sales by watching our craziness here.
I love it.
And so you can get started with the Grow Rich Mastermind. If you come over here, you can see the Grow Rich Mastermind. You can get today's audio that's here. And today is they're all good. Mondays are great, Tuesdays are great, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. I think I like Fridays the best, especially to give value to because they also last over the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's here on the page. But so this is great free value you can give to your list. This is our app that we've been talking a lot about, the Let's Goal app. This app lets you put in your goals, put in your daily regimen, put in you can note take, you can gratitude journal, you can do your stretches, meditate, exercise, plan your day, put in your goals on a time frame. Does a whole lot. It's only $10 a month, and 7 people in your family can use it, and it pays 80% commissions. 80% month after month. So with just 2 sales, your little business using your little app can be in profit. So you pay $10, you're making 16, you're making $6 a month profit with just 2 sales. And this, with 100 sales, and I know we talk about 100 being a lot, but with just 100 sales, you're making $800 a month. I mean, that's pretty good money for an app that a
Yeah.
lot of people can use because it's a goal app.
I didn't think about those numbers like you just said. That sounds so simple, but it's like a lot of money. Can you help me put that on my site today? I
Put
don't
what on
have
your
it.
site.
The link on the make it a doohickey on my doohickey.
Yeah, we'll make it a doohickey on your doohickey.
Yeah.
All you got to do, Gail, is put your token down here in the bottom. You got the link to get to the page. Put your token in there. This can be there. And then you've got these buttons. I don't know which doohickey on the doohickey you're talking about, but
Well, my website, with the links page,
yeah. What do you want on your links page? You want the live on your links page, like on our links page. I have free live webinar right here at the top.
Oh, the
And
little
this-
book of magic. Is that the same thing
and
on the
this
second
goes over
page in
to
our
here.
affiliate page thing? Is that the
And the little book of magic I have coming over to this.
right? Okay.
Okay.
Is that the one that we're sending people kind of, right? No?
Yeah. There's
No.
a couple of different capture pages inside of the funnel builder. And that's what the little book of magic is. Now I've
Okay.
used a little bit of my own version of the funnel of the capture
Oh,
page.
okay.
But yeah. And then we have our Facebook group, our digital business. I'm using the capture page like this for the digital business,
Okay.
and then our YouTube channel. So this is our links page that we use. This links page is available inside of our section in the funnel builder. You got me off track already, Gail. Let me finish my spiel. And then
Oh, my liver.
and then
Okay. I got excited too. I'm sorry.
and then you can also get started here with join the community as the $25 funnel builder option, which the funnel builder is how you can end up selling the app with those done for you pages and stuff. Has paid out over 5 million now and can pay up to 75,000 a year for 1 sale a week, 150 a year for 2 sales a week, 224 for 3 sales a week if those people all stay for a whole year. And there's a bunch of bonuses. When you click this link to get started right here, make sure to take the option for the free 2 weeks of premium. Click that button right there. You'll get 2 weeks free. If after 2 weeks you don't want it, they'll send you a little message about 3 days before that. You can cancel and they won't charge you anymore. Otherwise, they will charge you $125 a month. This also is resellable for 80% commissions, pays $100 a month. Okay, so that's your 3 ways right now to get it started with us on this page. Let me refresh real quick and check and see if there's any comments down here in the newest. Okay, no new comments. And let me check my YouTube real quick. Oops, I don't know where my YouTube went. Let me stop my share. Okay.
And
So,
Jim, that last point
Yeah.
you made with the 125, the 2 week thing, the 2 week, try it out, try before you buy. Most companies, you forget you did it, right?
Right.
That you did the week, 2 week, 1 week, whatever trial, 3 day, whatever, and then automatically you're getting charged. And we don't do that. I think that our company is so integral, and I love that they notify you, and then you go,
Every
now
month.
you either,
every
get rid of it.
month, not just
Yeah,
that after your free trial too.
right.
Every month they do.
Really nice.
And it's pretty cool. As long as you're checking your emails, you'll get an email that says, "Hey, do you love us still? We're going to
Right.
charge you in a couple of days. Take care of it if you don't." So it's pretty awesome. I love the company. Of course, we love the founders of the company. And
Yeah.
hey, Bryce, what's going on? See, you're on the couch with
Bryce?
your new apparatus there.
Yeah,
I don't
my
see him. Oh, there he
my
is.
my foot up in the air,
Your
and
foot in the air.
yeah,
We're too old to roller skate anymore, right?
Did
Yeah.
anybody mention that to you, Bryce?
No,
Before
they
you
forgot to
went?
tell him. They forgot to tell him that part.
Mm.
In the Army, they always, anytime we got any kind of injury, they always said, just drink water and you'll be fine. So that's what I was alluding to
Okay.
on your post, was that the water must not have helped when you
Yeah,
drink it
got
after.
it. Yeah.
So I
My
noticed
husband just
you were
mentioned he
confused.
thought he might want to go roller skating. I said, did I mention that guy in our community that tried that? Because my husband's 62, and I says, I don't think that's something you should be doing.
Now, mind you, we've gone roller skating like before my heart surgery in September. We've gone roller skating once or twice a week for quite a while, and I was quite good at it. But the price is too high for
Yeah,
one really good mistake. So
yeah. Well, you're doing great.
I remember I was about 27 the last time I tried skateboarding. There was a bunch of kids skateboarding at our apartment building, and I was like, hey, let me go out and skateboard with them. And I did for a little while, and then I made them up a rail slide, and we started rail slide. I skateboarded with them for about a week, and I was like, no, this is too much work. And then it wasn't long after that that I actually joined the military. So that was yeah, that was weird, weird stuff. Too old
yeah.
for that stuff, especially joining the military at 27. That was a weird.
Well, when it comes time for the PT, I've got my exercise bike here, and I've got two nice electric bikes here and a nice electric scooter over here. I'm good with that.
You
So
gonna ride your bike still with your broken leg and arm?
I'm gonna get on the exercise bike as soon as I can humanly do it at all. Period. I will find a way.
Okay.
So
All right. Well,
I'm very impressed with that, Bryce. That sounds like you really have some discipline, and I love that.
I love that you love that. And I'll just leave that right there.
so who is using the app the most, that wants to share their screen and show it a little bit and show what kind of great value they're getting out of it? Anybody
Let's
anybody
see.
want to do that?
I mean,
I let me see if I'm at a stage in because I use it every day.
Okay.
that's good. I didn't do
So
it today.
yeah, I'm using it in kind of a unique way. Maybe
Okay.
not the way that everybody else is using it, but
Well, that would be super cool to see a little
yeah,
different
my way is super pragmatic. So let me see if I can do that. Let's see here. I got a lot of tabs open here, so excuse my browser.
You're right-handed. That's good.
Yeah, I'm right-handed, and just as of yesterday, since they took the half cast off, I've got this really handy, super rigid wrist brace, and I've got maybe a lot of the use of my hand back. So,
Good.
all right, I'll just share that. All right, you guys seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got a task list, and when I start out this task list, I'll show you the tasks that are completed. I do a podcast every day, every single day for the last, I think it's 4 years. So
Oh, wow.
we do this podcast. We do a live reading on Zoom now. We used to do it on Facebook. It started out as a Facebook Live, and then it worked its way into Zoom, which is just way more reliable. But two of us get on there and we do a podcast. So I've got it set up so that every day I've got a notepad that has a whole bunch of information, links, and stuff that the rest of this is actually to build that notepad. So the first thing in the morning, my social media page has a scheduled post. It's a meme that I've made up the day before. The rest of these tasks are to complete that part of it, and then this is the first thing that I do. I copy and paste this comment that I've created in Notepad the day before. So I just copy this and I put it in a comment, because social media doesn't really like having links in the post. So I allow the scheduled post to happen first thing in the morning. I've made up a relevant text to go with it and hashtags and stuff. All that's been assembled the day before. It's scheduled to fire off at 6 a.m. every single day. So that post has already happened by the time I get to this. Now I'm just going to copy and paste the comment that I have created the day before into this. And then after I've done that, I'm going to delete the Spotify and YouTube links and the passages that are written in the notes in that comment. And I check off that box. And then I download tomorrow's YouTube video from the live streams because we record 2 weeks ahead. So these tasks are pretty complicated, right? There's a lot of complicated tasks, and it's really easy to get off point if I'm not paying attention to where I am in the process. So it took me a long time to actually get this down and put it in the right order so that I could do these things specifically in this order. So I download that YouTube video from the live section of my YouTube channel and I re-upload it to the uploads section of my YouTube channel. This creates a whole different level of engagement on the channel. So this video was created live 2 weeks ago. Now I'm uploading it for the next day. So like today is the 31st. Tomorrow is February 1st. So the first thing I did this morning was did all these steps, and then I downloaded the video for February 1st from the lives, deleted it from the live section, and re-uploaded it as an uploaded video, which drops at midnight tomorrow morning. And then I changed the YouTube title to reflect live replay. And then I copy that YouTube link into the podcast episode that's already uploaded to Spotify. And so I'm completing all these tasks one after the other. I'm copying the link from the YouTube video into the notepad that I created weeks ago. And then I copy the Spotify episode link into that same text file. I add an end screen to the video because YouTube has YouTube. The vast majority of your hits on YouTube come from related videos. And the more you can do to make your videos appear in related videos, especially of your own videos, like when someone is watching one of your videos, if someone else's video comes up at the top of the related videos when they're watching your video, then you have some work to do. You could be creating more engagement by creating an end screen that links up to another one of your videos or gives you a subscribe option or something like that. Also, cards inside your video help with the relevance of other videos in your videos popping up in the side. The more you can do to create that where your videos pop up in the related stuff. So that's a step that I just added right here. Make sure that you're doing that before you schedule the video. And then I schedule the video for the next day. Then if you go back up here, those are all steps that I've already completed today. Then I've also completed my live stream setup. So we actually did the live just a little bit ago. Join the Zoom call with the tablet so that we get the passages that we're reading on the tablet on the screen with the Zoom. Go live. And I just downloaded the podcast videos and then converted them into MP3s. I've already uploaded them to Adobe Enhance. And so I'm enhancing, taking out background noise, leveling off the audio with Adobe Enhance, which, by the way, that's free for audio clips up to 30 minutes. I do have the paid version of that because it has a whole bunch of other features that you can. I think that's like $10 a month for some pretty great features that you get from Adobe Express. And then I have yet to sit down and edit the podcast, which is going to be It's typically if there's not a lot of glitches and not a lot of rereads of sections and stuff, then my podcast takes like 30, 40 minutes to edit. It's a little longer with one hand. And then I'll edit the tags. But this is my use of it, where I've created a very complex set of tasks. This is
Like it.
this is one thing where I really wish that we could. This is, just being honest. I really wish that we could drag these and change the order of them easily, because this is a lot of steps for me to put into a word processor or a spreadsheet and have to re-enter them one by one to get them in the order that I want. So that's one thing that I really wish was there. But this has, honestly, this having this little check thing and just pop, it's done. That has like changed my whole morning flow. Outside of the editing time, and then down here, I've got this whole step to create an AI meme. And this part here, I'm gonna have to change the order of this to some extent. But outside of the time that it takes me to create an AI meme and edit the actual podcast, the rest of this time, this used to take me hours every day. This is down to like 20 minutes tops. So, like, honestly, a super game changer. This has transformed my day. And honestly, I haven't even gotten into yet the other stuff, the gratitude and meditation. And there's certain things that I'm not into. It's not my thing. And there's other stuff that I am definitely going to be taking advantage of totally. And this task thing is the most important part of how I use this right now.
I
And
think they're
Bryce,
open to suggestions, right? I mean, like they said that somebody else gave them a suggestion about something and they made it happen. So, maybe just ask the guys and
yeah, and I know they made notes on finding out if they can make these slide around or not. Bryce, these just re-pop up tomorrow, or you have to paste these back in, or how's that
Oh
work?
yeah, if you click on it, it's real easy. This is, my work. So I have a little checkbox here next to each one. If you click on each one, it's like it couldn't be easier to edit them. Um, then you can put it in a category, and in here I just have it set to repeat daily. So every day, well, whether I complete them or not, whether I check them off, and I complete them all every single day. Um, and twice on Sunday, because I literally actually I do the work for Sunday on Saturday and get all that stuff done. And because I'm going to be in church on Sunday, so I'm not doing this part of it on Sunday. So for me, just having this here, and I just complete all the tasks, and I got it now to where I usually complete one or two of these tasks before I actually check them off now. But this thing has helped me to stay on point. If I miss something, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to do this one thing. I can go back and finish that thing off, and I don't forget to do anything ever anymore because of this thing. Completely because of this thing. So
That's super cool. Super cool.
small price to pay for $10 a month.
Right, right. Super cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know that you could. I hadn't noticed that daily recheck. What was it called? The
It's just repeat daily.
Okay.
Yeah, repeat daily. I would like it if and this is probably something I could submit, but if you could set it up so that it repeats on particular days. Like right here, there could be like a certain
calendar.
weekdays, because that's what, like, we have. I have an alarm clock app on my phone that allows me to set up certain alarms that repeat on certain days. There's, certain things like the HBA, the masterminds happen at different times on certain days, and I have an alarm that sets off that tells me about those at certain times and certain days. So anyway, I this thing here I will use this forever.
It's the cat's pajamas.
Cat's pajamas. You come up with some things, Gail.
Well, that's an oldie but goodie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
remember, Jim's too young for any of that.
I'm an old fart.
You're funny, Bryce. You're funny. All right. Anybody else got a little different concept of how they use it? Nope.
No,
Okay.
that was over the top. I mean, you lost me at,
Well,
I mean,
but I mean,
that's great for
some
him, for
pretty
Bryce.
cool
Yeah.
stuff. It really is.
Yeah,
It
I
is
probably
capable.
didn't need to go into so much detail about the individual things that I'm doing, but this
No, it's
is
great.
super key
Yeah.
to staying productive about particular things. And there's details that I put into those notes that help me to remember
Yeah.
the specifics on a thing. But I
Yeah.
tried to make it so that like the title of it sort of stands out more so that
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this is the step that I'm on. If that's all I need, then I can just move on and do it. But if I need to look at details, like I'll show you just real quick.
I like it because I'm constantly taking notes, and I have a like a pad of loose, you tear the sheets out. So I take all these notes, and I don't remember where the note went. So I don't remember. So this is great because you can have it all in one place, just do notes.
Yeah, and then it goes away when you're done with it. It goes away,
Yeah,
right? That to me is like super important to me. I need the things that I have already completed. I need them to be
go away.
absent
Right,
from my attention
right,
entirely. So
right.
here I have a big thing, edit podcast, right? Of course, I've got multiple steps to that. Edit out mistakes, mark all the segment changes, delete the silence, add delays. Then I do the audio processing on it, time stretch if necessary, because all my podcasts are 15 minutes or less. And
That's
add
fast.
into the podcast template. I've got an intro and outro, and I add my audio into that. Then add the track name and all this stuff, all these steps, right? If I don't need all these steps, right? Typically, I do this every single day. I'm not honestly, I don't need all these steps in front of me the whole
What's the
time.
reason your podcast is only 15 minutes? Is that just like you've always, it's the best way to keep their attention, or?
It's it's the particular format, and because we're on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to be able to be I wanted to be able to be broadcast on more radio stations, and most radio stations have a format where you have to be 26 minutes or less, or you have to be
Oh,
15 minutes or less.
okay.
15 minutes or less means that you have twice as many time slots open to you.
Mhm.
And so we are broadcast on currently one affiliate radio station 7 days a week. And so I figure that's pretty cool for, it's a Bible podcast, and we're on right after Greg Laurie every single day.
Oh,
Can't
cool.
really ask for anything better than that.
Ah, that's for
Hey,
sure. That's
that's
really
pretty good, and
cool.
that's one more than I'm on for sure.
Are they
So
the same kind of things that would YouTube? Like if you're doing a podcast, you're uploading it to YouTube, is it better to keep it shorter because of people's attention, or are there any statistics on YouTube that we would like to know about, or?
I could share some of that with you because I happen to have all those tabs open right now. I
go
have
for it.
I don't
insights.
know if anybody else is interested, but I
Yeah,
want to
I
do
don't
my
know.
own podcast.
I don't have much content for today, so whatever you guys want to throw out is good by me. That's what.
Are you seeing my YouTube page
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, your
Okay.
studio, yeah.
All right. So in here, I've got my live tab, and these are all the lives that we've done. And after I download one of these lives, like I did yesterday, tomorrow's, right? So February 1st, I've already done. I downloaded it, re-uploaded it. It's now scheduled, right? So we have ones that are scheduled and ones that are already public. So what I'm looking at here is we have some of these that are already released, right? Let me move this out of the way. I don't know if you guys are seeing Yeah, I gotta move this window. You guys are in my way. No, so
I'll duck.
so I have Spotify actually propagating my podcasts into my YouTube. So it uploads the podcast episodes every day. When they drop at midnight on Spotify, they also get propagated over on Apple Music, Amazon, and the RSS feed feeds into YouTube, and it gets uploaded as a video. And the only thing they see on the video is the thumbnail of the video.
Is propagate the same as syndicate?
I think syndication and RSS is, what is it? Something syndication, subscription, something. I'm not sure. I think syndication means that they are playing it from its source. So like Amazon Music is playing it from Spotify. Apple Music is playing it from Spotify. If you click on the RSS feed on Apple Music, it goes to Spotify. And then what this is doing is it's actually uploading it to YouTube. So it comes up as an upload, and as opposed to playing it from its source on Spotify, it's playing it from YouTube, as now it's a new source of that information. So
Okay.
I use the word propagate for that particular purpose.
Okay.
So if we look here, we can see that these ones with this thumbnail, this one thumbnail, they're all 15 minutes, right? Those get a certain number of views. So like this one's got 3 views. Mind you, okay, we've had this for 4 years. And for 3 years, we had nothing, no views at all. No views on the lives, no views on the uploads, no views at all. We had no interaction at all.
But you kept going.
We have faithfully streamed every single day since March of 2020. So we're
Wow.
not failing on that part. What we were failing on was the engagement. And so after doing some serious work to create engagement, and one of the things that we did was on our live streams, we started putting the actual Bible screen up on the screen while we're reading. Get rid of us off the camera and put the Bible up on the screen. So now we have certain people want to get this whole 1 hour us talking behind the scenes and doing all that. And included in that is about 20 minutes of unedited us reading the Bible. And the rest of it is us maybe having some commentary or just bantering back and forth for an hour, typically.
Mm-hmm.
And so some people, obviously, that's what they want. And some other people, they really just want just the 15 minutes or less, right? Certain audience wants a certain thing, and we're catering to both of those things every day now. So we have the one that drops at midnight of the podcast, and the one that drops at midnight from the replay of the live that we did 2 weeks ago. And so this is what our analytics look like over here based on this activity. So when we first started doing the engagement stuff, we had a huge spike, right? And spikes are expected when there's a change. And it's also expected that that will completely die off when people are used to the format. So now what we're seeing is some stabilizing and an upward trend. So we're seeing that happening, whereas this was 0 every month for 3 years.
Where are you marketing? How are you marketing it? We're doing a lot of stuff marketing through HBA stuff.
Nope. No, I am just now getting to the point where I'm ready to build a funnel for it.
Oh, okay. So then your numbers will go up.
Maybe. I don't know. One thing is, the Bible's not the most popular thing in the world. So we got some obstacles with that. But what I'm seeing here, 100% of this is organic.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I've got the links to the YouTube channel, to the YouTube video for the particular episode in the Spotify episode, and the links to the Spotify episode in the YouTube video, right? So each video has the link to its corresponding Spotify episode, and each episode on Spotify has the link, and that link goes out to Apple, goes out to Amazon, goes out to all the different podcast places. And very important facet of this also was to publish our RSS feed in the description of every video. So if I go into this video here, in every if I go into the description of it, every video and every podcast has the RSS feed from Spotify, the actual RSS link, because if people want it on their podcast app and they can't find it, they can always copy and paste this RSS feed into their podcast app and immediately find your
It'll pop up.
podcast. It'll pop up instantly. It'll be
Yeah,
the only
cool.
thing that pops up. So if it's possible to find your RSS feed, which it's easy enough to find on Spotify. Also Podbean has a place where you can find the RSS feed, but that helps a lot. But every one of them has the passages, and every one of them has the Spotify link, and every Spotify episode has the YouTube link for this video, for instance. And all the links are in there. And then on our Facebook page, we only we basically post memes, and we have our live stream that goes out on Facebook. So it goes out on Facebook, X, Twitch, and YouTube at the same time. And surprisingly, I didn't think Twitch would be a place where anybody would be interested in this subject matter. But as it turns out, we have at least one listener who tunes in from Twitch every single day.
I just found out and heard about Twitch. I had
It's a gaming platform. It's not
Oh, no wonder I never heard of
yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
Just so
people are
recent.
just like playing World of Warcraft and,
Oh, my
Legend of
liver. No
Zelda
wonder
and
I
stuff.
never heard of it. Okay.
But you just never know who's interested in your content,
Sure,
and
sure.
that's my whole point.
I thought for sure you were a big gamer, Gail.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like to play games, but I
So
think Yahtzee or something, I don't know.
the biggest part of our promotion is honestly these memes. So we just create these memes in
Oh.
AI every single day,
Oh,
and
they look cool.
they just have something to do with the Bible.
They're nice.
And so create these with AI, and I figured out four questions to ask an AI and get all the content that I need for this whole thing in about 5 minutes. And
you
and
need
then,
to show us how to do that.
yeah, that's probably a subject for another
Is that Midjourney or what?
Nope, this is the free version of Copilot.
Oh,
this is all
free
done
is always good.
in the free version of Copilot, 100% of the content. And I use Chat GPT 3.5 for certain things, and Copilot for other things. And it used to block me because it didn't want to create content around the Bible. But then I flagged it for blocking me from using the term Bible. I used to have to say old book.
Oh, the good book. Yeah, well, Paul says the good book.
Yeah, I can't put that in there either.
Oh,
yeah. So
good.
half of the AIs won't do a content revolving around the Bible. So
my liver. Okay.
So I had to call it old book. But now, after I flagged it a couple times, it started allowing me to use that. So I guess it needed to be brought to their attention that I'm not creating hate speech or anything. I'm just creating stuff around a particular topic that we've been doing every day for years. So and then in our posts, So the memes are created to create shareability. Currently, they're not getting shared a whole lot. Some of them are getting shared, and one in particular is getting shared a lot. But they're not getting shared a lot. But in the comments is this is the whole notepad that we copied and pasted in here. And when that gets pasted as the comment, the first comment on every one of these memes. Now, when this appears on somebody's timeline, if someone clicks on the image, which they will, if they see it on somebody's timeline, these are pretty, right? People click on pretty things. So, and you talked about that a lot, Jim. And when people click on pretty things, and then over here will appear every single time the first comment, which has the links that we want them to see. So I think you're muted, Gail. I don't know how.
No, I just was waving at Danny.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to interrupt.
What's going on, Danny? James has joined the live too. James is pretty new in HBA, so glad to see him here.
Well, look at how young he looks.
Well, yeah, he's pretty young.
Awesome. It's my first time figuring out how to find the Zoom link, so I had to, us old guys.
Awesome. Cool. So on that, Bryce, you gave me some ideas to show you, maybe to help spur some of your image attention, right? Paul showed how he's getting a viral image going the other day. Now, I don't know how Paul did it necessarily, but I took his image over to my page. And some of you know you can also have a page style profile where you can do boosting on your profiles. But I have a page where I put that image, and I'm going to share my screen here in a moment. Right here. So I took Paul's image, and because I don't have a lot of likes and follows here yet, I'm still growing this new page. I decided to do a little boost on this image. And so I did the same idea. I did send this image to my daughter just so I wasn't lying. I showed this image to my daughter. I don't know if she's even looked at it, but I don't like to tell stories. So I did send it to her, showed it to my daughter. And then
I like how you said you did that so that you weren't lying.
exactly, because I had posted exactly the same thing he wrote. I said I showed this to my daughter last night, and I thought, no, I didn't. So I had to edit it that I showed this to my daughter, and then I sent her the image at the same time. So I did show it to my daughter, and then I did a little boost to it. And you can see I have gotten 30 shares. I've
that's
got a
good.
couple of comments. I got 192 likes. And what I do then is as they like it, I come in here and I invite them to like my page also. So I can invite them to like my page. And so what I did was I'm boosting it for a whole $1 a day.
Oh. Do you have to do it like for 30 days or any amount of days?
You can do it. You can do it for as little as you want. They recommend 4 days. So what I did was $4. So 4 days, and I'm getting cost per engagement of 1 cent. I've had 285 engagements. I've spent $2.23 on this post so far.
That's pretty good result.
Now, what I did this one for was the interest was just to people that are into affiliate marketing so that they'll at least match with my page concept. And even though it doesn't really necessarily match with the image concept, and then I did people from 18 to 64, and I've made my comments on why 64. Anyone 65 plus, I don't like to deal with because that goes to too far above plus. And I did do for Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, and United States.
Jim, did you just say because you don't want to deal with them? Did you say that out loud?
I did say that.
No, he said he doesn't want to type for them or other stuff.
my point is, once you get into the next range is 65 plus. So that can be anyone from 65 to the end of life.
Yeah, so
And-
I'm pretty much dead
Which
to
is
you.
soon.
Yeah. Right.
I find that people, let's just say plus, don't have the computer skills, and
They're a lot of work.
they are a lot of work, right? So I
Right.
tend to not go into that plus range. Now, I also normally don't go into the 18 range. I normally go with just 5 years below my age, because you tend to relate to those a little better. But I did go 18 just so I could pick up a little larger group.
You can relate to 8-year-olds.
18.
Well, yeah, you know, eight and over,
I
5.
said 5 years younger than
Yeah,
him. That's what
probably
I said.
5 is probably my real age group that I relate well with.
But this page alone, I think would help a lot of people, only because they think if you do the paid traffic stuff, right? They're like, should I, spend thousands of dollars on paid traffic? This can get you some really great results for pennies on the dollar. So I
This,
think people are familiar with seeing these kinds of statistics. I think it's
Right.
good that you could share that in a mastermind.
normally when I start something, I start it for $1 a day, see how it goes. If it goes fairly well, you can easily promote this again, and then you can add whatever you want to it, right? You can come in here then and increase this up to hundreds, up to $1,000 total here. So now you're at $250 a day, and you can reach a whole lot more people there. We noticed unusual activity. Your current budget is much higher than usual at $1,000. So you
Hurry
can
up and get
see
that down.
at about 50, 60, 100, at 200, that prompt comes up. So that's a little higher than I would normally go. Now, I was showing James the other day too that you never know what's going to do good or bad, right? This is
Right.
doing pretty good. We kind of had an idea this would do good, because we saw Paul do pretty good with this. So there was a good chance it would. I have a hidden ad that I'm doing likes to my page for, and I know that this one does fairly well because I've done it in the past. I'm doing $5 a day to this one, and I'm doing likes to my page for it. But the same thing happens here. I get likes to the thing, and I get to the actual image, and I can come in here and invite them also. Now, this one, because it's a Napoleon Hill quote, I came in here and I did, it's not going to let me show you for some reason. But I did, this one is targeted to people who like Napoleon Hill and also like affiliate marketing. So there's a strong chance that people that like Napoleon Hill will like this this image. And it's sort of the same with the Bible. Now it's a little harder, like Bryce said, to target people that like the Bible. Facebook makes it challenging also. So you have to go in certain ways to get to those targets. But you can do it if you're sneaky. Another one that I worked on, okay, there's this image down here, and I made this image, and I thought it would do fairly well. Discover 7 simple steps to create daily magic in the areas of health, wealth, wisdom, relationships. And I targeted this one for, oops, that goes to my capture page. And I targeted this one to people that have interest in empowerment, self-awareness, quality of life, motivation, love, self-knowledge, psychology, self-love, positive affirmations, self-confidence, self-esteem, happiness, gratitude, or personal development. And also they must like affiliate marketing. Okay. And I did this for $10 a day, and I spent $10.73. I got 24 clicks and no leads for my $10. And I was like, oops, it's time to stop that one. This one is not working, right? Whereas this other one down here, which I didn't think would work very well, oops, went to the wrong page. Go back in here. This one that got a lot of negative comments, if you saw in a couple weeks ago, I did this one and it got a ton of negative comments that I had to actually delete because they were really negative about the size of my butt and the size of my life and all, I mean, all kinds of really weird comments. But when so I boosted this one, and this one I targeted people who like Robert Kiyosaki, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, self-employment, passive income, entrepreneurship. They also must like content marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, web design, or affiliate marketing. Now, this one I did for $63 over 7 days. I got 318 clicks, and I ended up with like 85 leads from this for 22 cents a click. So this one worked out pretty well. I may end up doing this one again because I got leads and I got responses from my emails and stuff like that. So this worked out fairly well. So the same thing, you could test these for the $1 a day, like I showed, or you could test for, a larger budget. You can also, like if I do this again, I can promote this again. A strategy that I was working on was you can change this to where you get more engagement or you can get more web visitors. So I also tried something where I did for the first little while, I did this image here where I sent it for more engagement for a couple of days. I got a bunch of likes, I got a couple of shares, and then I switched it to more visits to my web page after I got a little bit of social engagement on it, so that I think maybe that helped get a few better clicks on it. So just some information there more than anything. And so you have that. That's some things you could do, Bryce, with your images and try and see, for a couple dollars, see if you can get a little more out of them. And you could do that now on your pages or your profile if you make your profile a professional profile. So
I still haven't been able to get boost activated on my professional profile. My profile's been professional since like August and still have not been able to use it. Doesn't appear on anything.
That boost doesn't appear there.
Nope.
Okay, this is my new account. So you may need to go in and see if you've got a problem or something. This is my new because my ad account was blocked on my old Facebook, so I had to create a new Facebook account. But I got Boost, and it does come up with Boost in here. So maybe you don't have an ad account for some reason.
Well, I do because all my pages, which are on the same account, have Boost.
Huh. That's really interesting. I don't know why it would be that way. That's something to look into for sure.
Yeah, and I've completed all of the professional dashboard steps of all the things, all the hoops they want you to jump through to get the maximum engagement. I've gone through all those steps, and so
okay.
At some point I'm going to have to contact somebody, I'm sure.
Yeah. And when you do, you'll probably have to jump through a bunch of hoops there too, because I did before I could actually get a hold of anybody to find out what was going on with mine. Another thing to think about if you're doing ads, you get pretty limited on your audience here. So if you want to get a better audience, go here to create new, and then come down here to audience manager. And it will come over to your actual audience manager here. Then what you want to do is you want to create an audience as a saved audience. And in here, you get a lot more audience. You get to adjust your languages, your detailed targeting, You can add exclusions. So you can do a lot more with it in here. You can't add exclusions. You can't go worldwide in the other version. So in here, you can go worldwide. Worldwide. Think. Well, you used to be able to. Maybe you can't do it anymore at all.
But you can just check different countries specific or.
Yeah, you can go Canada, and it will come up with Canada right here, and then each country you can do. You can even do your specific address. So if you want to get really, really local, like I know John does woodworking. So if you wanted to go really local and do 24th Street, Okeechobee.
So you can target like your family that's in your house.
Well,
I think he's
yes.
doing mile radius, right?
I
Yeah.
know.
After this, you can go
I'm
down,
always targeting them.
well, and it usually actually pulls up my actual address. So let's just say my farm here. Then you can go from here, you can go plus
I
miles. You can
see an
go
alligator
plus 50 miles.
in your future.
So you can get, so this is about my area right here. So like for John, he may want to go like, maybe plus, I don't know if it'll let you go plus 300 miles from there. It'll let you go plus 50 miles. And then that way you're not getting, too far from your house for delivering large pieces or something.
That's gonna be great for the spring for sure.
Yeah. And then that will let you do that. And then of course, your depending on where you live, your audience will get bigger. And then you target inside of that audience. You can do languages. I usually do languages, English, and then do all English. And then demographics. Of course, you can put in here demographics like woodworking, right? If I could type. And then you could come in here and you could find, you want to be careful of your employers or your interests. Make sure that you're targeting the right type, because like affiliate marketing, for instance, has an employee type, and you don't want to pick that one. You don't want to pick this job title. You want to pick this interest one. And then there's a pretty large market there, 490 million in the interest field. So, and then there's two different ways to go about this. You can just keep adding to it and it will include them, or you can then you can also do like suggestions and it'll show other stuff that's similar, but you can also do add exclusions. So you could do like, I don't want people that like Donald Trump. Okay. And then you could, well, is it not gonna...
exclude. You can, like a whole bunch of people? You could just like, that's weird. You can just.
Yeah, if so like say that you only wanted to target Democrats. You wouldn't want people that like Donald Trump, right? So you would exclude people that like Donald Trump, although it's not letting Donald Trump pull up for some reason. I really thought it would.
Boy, that's that's a hot topic, isn't it?
Now, one of the ones that I have done before is M in. How do you spell
Oh, it
it?
makes me hungry every time I hear his name.
EMINEM.
M&Ms.
Musical artist. So if you don't want people that like Eminem, you can include that as an exclude market, and then you could exclude those from your group. And then you could also browse, or you could also
Very detailed.
yeah, you could go very detailed. And then you can also do in a where'd the other market go? Where'd the other bracket?
I think Donald Trump doesn't appear because Facebook never gave him back his account.
Well, and that could be, yeah. Like
my
Russell
goodness.
Brunson was one that just recently got enough to actually be included. And then, so the other one I want to show is not narrow audience, but narrow audience. So narrow audience, what it does is it must also match. So you come up with however many you want in your pool, and then you can narrow by saying they must also like Russell Brunson, let's say, right? Russell Brunson.
Russell Crowe.
Okay. And so this would narrow that field down even further, and it'll show you up here. Okay, now we're to only 9,000 people. So if you're wanting to build like a
Only.
small brand, then this might be a good batch of people to target.
Yeah, I would want to exclude people that like Russell Crowe's singing.
Jim's going for the Megan the Stallion crowd.
So those are some things to look at, and like here you can see,
Napoleon
like,
Hill.
I've got worldwide affiliate marketing, Napoleon Hill plus affiliate marketing, affirmations plus affiliate marketing, just Jim Rohn, Ted Sheds, which was wood carving, home improvement, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Napoleon Hill, with all those different ones. So these are some of the ways that I target different groups of people, and it's pretty effective because you can get pretty specific in your targeting that way, and then
But you're building your team still, like on a consistent basis. You're getting more people in HBA, and
oh yeah,
well, that's great.
lately, I don't usually show what I'm
Your
making.
stats.
I don't
Well, you
usually
don't
show
have to.
no, but I'll show lately my sales. This is my sales as of lately. So
Now, are these let's go or mostly everything?
I
stuff?
only have 2 Let's Go sales so far. I've been
Okay.
focusing more on premium trials is what I've been mostly
Oh,
focused.
that's good. Yeah.
So but bringing in people through the Let's Go way is a really good way to do it,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right, well, we're at the hour. If anybody has any direct questions, I will answer them. If not, we will do another one in the next day or so.
Okie dokie. I'm glad I made it today, and I'm
Yeah,
glad
thanks,
that you were
everybody.
home.
Right.
To Kristi.
Remember, there's a button on this page down below this video. Hey, Danny, I didn't see you there. Welcome.
Yeah,
We
me
both
too.
other
snuck in
Danny.
today.
Danny K.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I've
So
just been lurking in the shadows, Jim.
right, just working and lurking, right? All right. Well, if whoever sent you here and you're on the page, there's a button there. You can get started with us, and you can come and show up to these, and we will help you make sales. And we hope to help you in your business, right? So thanks for showing up, everybody. I really appreciate it. This is the biggest one we've had so far. So we got a lot of good value out there, and hopefully we help somebody. So Danny's,
There you
Bryce,
go.
Don, everybody.
There you go.
Everybody, very good.
That's what Jim was talking about.
Yeah,
John.
you must have got a
That's from Kristi.
Yeah, I've had nothing but Mac for probably 5 years now, 6
Danny's
years.
trying to do his. Yours won't work, Danny.
Once you go Mac, you never go back.
Hey, I had a Mac.
much.
I came
And I'm
back.
still trying to figure it
No,
out, you know.
I had a
Every-
Mac,
I
past
love
tense.
I
Yep.
love it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Get a
I
truck
like mine.
As
or-
soon as it broke,
Yeah.
it went in the trash and never looked back.
Once
Oh,
I figured
yeah.
once I figured out that my Mac was just an overpriced PC, I just
That's-
went ahead with a PC.
That's it. Nobody seems to know.
You guys be nice.
Just spend a lot of money on a PC
Tell
and
'em,
you
Gail.
got a lot more options. So, you know,
So speaking on that, Jim, since
Yeah.
you're talking about PC, so for all the kind of stuff that you guys do, and this is just good knowledge for any of us to have, what kind of RAM and processor and stuff like that would somebody who's really hardcore into video editing and doing content like this, what kind of setup would they need?
I would say spend around the same price. and you're getting the same value is
that's
the reality,
Yeah.
My computer cost me $2,400 for a PC. I have right now I have 32 gigs of RAM. I do have another 32 gigs sitting here ready to go in.
oh wow.
Kristi has 80 gigs of RAM.
Jesus.
So
So I've been a professional video editor for the last I don't know 15 years, something like that. And
Yeah.
so my PC about $1,600, has a 4 terabyte solid state drive in it, has 16 gigs of RAM, and I would say the bare minimum that you really do need for your processor is an i7. You need to have an i7 processor. It needs to be over 3 gigahertz. And you can get by with 16 gigs of RAM, and but you really need just a big ass solid state drive, because the performance bottleneck is largely on your hard drive, and you need to have a huge solid state drive that your raw footage that you're editing will sit on. And I think $1,600 is a good kind of a guideline price point. $1,700. Anything more than that, you're just gonna get better and better. But I'm sitting here in front of what was originally a Windows 10 machine. Right now, this machine I bought in October of 2015. It's now 8 years later, and I'm still doing professional video editing on it. And then I've got another one over there that's a Windows 11 machine. And that again has an i7 3.4 gig processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 4 terabyte solid state drive in it. But it also has 20 terabytes of external storage attached to it as well.
Nice.
Oh my liver. So the keywords are big ass solid state.
Big ass
Yeah.
solid state.
well, and that's the thing is most people try
That's
to
the only
compare
drive I'll have is a
a
solid
Mac
state.
to a $400 a $400 laptop, right? And you just can't do that. I mean, it's a $1,600 computer, $1,600 Mac, you can't compare to a $400 laptop. I mean, it's
So I spent $3,400 on my Mac. It was a 27-inch iMac, and it was great. Okay, it was great. But now I am using a laptop, a $1,600 laptop, and another $1,600 laptop. Both of them are pretty equally equipped to that $3,500 iMac.
Yeah. I just have a MacBook Air with a 23-inch external monitor hooked up to it.
Yeah. And my only other thing is I've got a pretty decent graphics card that's I think a 12 gig, and because I'm running 4 monitors, so they're all hooked up to the one graphics card. Other than that, I wouldn't. Kristi only runs a cheap graphics card because she only has 2 monitors, so
I'm honestly on the other machine, I have an external screen. I'm using just the HDMI out of the laptop for a second screen to monitor my preview on my video. So I move my preview screen from my video editor onto the second screen. And honestly, it's a $10 Goodwill LCD screen that I stuck on a $10 swing arm that I got attached to my wall. I literally almost everything that I use, except for the core essentials of what this is all thrift store stuff.
Nice.
And you can get by on a really tight budget, and you can still make incredible production material.
Cool. Yeah,
you guys.
that's just good information for everybody, because
good
anybody new
conversation.
coming in, they're not,
Good
they're not gonna know it.
conversation.
And James up there is running on a Chromebook, right, James? I mean, it's a $200 machine. So
yeah, not one, but 2 crap books.
Oh yeah? Oh wow.
Yeah. When one freezes, I go over to the other one so I can watch it freeze too.
Heck yeah.
So it can be done on even that, Now, it gives them some struggles from time to time, but it can be done.
Sure.
You know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so anyways, we're gonna call it a wrap, but I appreciate everybody showing up, and we'll see you again soon.
All right. Take care. Thanks,
Have a
guys.
wonderful day. God bless you. Bye bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a
See you
good day.
guys.
Bye.